So this is how I done my first ever wall mural in a nursery. I started off by sketching it out in the notebook that I'm holding there, and then I traced it onto the walls. You literally can't see anything that I'm drawing on there, but I do show it at the end, so it's fine. Then I stood back and questioned everything I'd done, and carried on. I am a Libra, so I do like to overthink every decision. And then this is what all the sketching looked like at the end. So this was a week later and the first day of painting. I started off with like a really nice light brown for the base. Though it did actually dry a bit darker than that in the end. Katie obviously said something that shook me to my core, and then I'd stood in pain, so I had to take my socks off. And this was the following week, so I'd finished off all the branches last time, and then now I'm going in with like a dark charcoal colour to add in the shadows and details. I was really just winging it at this point. I was just adding in the details where I thought they seemed right. I didn't really have a plan. I was just seeing what happened. And next I'd mixed in that yellow paint with the light brown base to create like a highlight colour, and then I added this throughout the tree. I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing this point I did start questioning things and if the highlight was even making it look right, but after I stood back a few times I actually did really like it in the end. And again, I was just being a bit slapdash with this. I was just adding in places that seemed right. Me and Katie were just talking the whole time. So at this point in the video, my body was literally blocking everything I was doing, so I've had to delete most of these clips, but I've just left in what you can see, which is when I started doing Piglet's door. Yeah, I should have said this tree is like for a Winnie the Pooh themed nursery, so it's meant to look like it's out of a Winnie the Pooh book. So yeah, this is Piglet's door. this was a week later when I started doing the leaves. So this was the base colour for the leaves. I ended up adding a highlight colour and then like a really dark green as well. And I was just splodging these all over the spot. And then I had the good idea for Katie and Thomas to add in their thumbprints as like little leaves, which I thought was cute. And I even got to add my own thumbprint in as well. So this was the highlight colour for the leaves, which really made them stand out. And then this was the dark green that I added on top. I can only assume we were talking about Timothy Chalamet at that point. So this is where I had the idea to add on the little sign for Trespassers Will, or Trespassers William.
Trespassers Will. That's short for Trespassers William.
This was really tricky because I was scared that the word wasn't going to fit on, even though I could have literally just repainted and started again. But yeah, this was a really fiddly bit. And it's funny because it's Trespassers William, and then Katie's baby ended up being called William, so that was nice. And also, because it's like a handwritten sign in the books, I didn't want it to look too neat, but I also didn't want it to look messy, so this was like really tricky to do in general. And I did get a bit of paint on the wall, but it's fine because Katie had the wall colour still. And then I added some highlights and lowlights just to make it look more like a plank of wood. And this was the final result. I hope you've enjoyed watching this come together. I really enjoyed painting it, and hopefully it's not the last wall mural that I do.